All right, we're recording. Welcome to this Thursday night open opportunity call. I hope you got your guests and your teams on. I'm Rusty Lackey. I've been with ItWorks Global going into my 19th year full time, and I've seen the rate of growth that we've had all these years. And we want to start coming to you a couple times a week, giving you open opportunity like some of the leaders that I've done in the past, except we did it in hotel rooms and coliseums, as to where we could bring some guests on, let you hear about a few product testimonies, go right into the business. I want to keep these to about 20 to 25 minutes and things that we can send out that you can utilize as you share this opportunity and this product line with other people. And I think this is the greatest time in the history of ItWorks Global. All the years I've been with Mr. Pentecost, there's never been a more righter time or a more opportune time to go out and acquire your dreams and go after the freedoms that you want. Everything you want is, and if you're going to win in life, win is not easy. Win is harder. It's hard as you can imagine to win on a higher level. And so you have to take your dreams, everything you got after you. And I believe the most noble thing you'll ever do is go after your freedom. And once you go after your freedom, there's several things involved in it. I had to go after my financial freedom, and that's what I was after initially. I didn't know I was going to have to go after my physical freedom. And when I got sick the second year into this, back in after 2002, I started getting sick in 2004. By 2007 and 8, I gained up from 258 to 750 pounds, and I was dying. I had a tumor wrapped around my pituitary, and I had to do several years of medical treatment. And then they gave me 6 months to live, going to amputate my legs. That was 15 years ago. All I did is I got really serious about coming after my health, because what I was after was more important than where I was. And I come from a college athletic background, born on a farm, and never had a problem with being sick or overweight or anything. And I had to make up my mind I was going to win. And how do you win at this game called life? How do you win at this game called getting my health back? Is I had to go out and apply myself in a particular manner. And how I did that is I had to have the right things to put in my body. And by having the right things to put in my body, it gave me the fuel. And when I had the right fuel that I needed to do what? To go after what I was after, you know what happened? I had to have a real strong why. And what was my strong why? My strong why was I had 2 little girls and a wife I've been with now for 42 years. And I told my 2 little girls, I said, look, I don't know if I'm going to make it. The medical profession told me it's over. But I said, I'm not going to be a victim. I'm going to become a warrior. And I'm going to tell this quick story, and I'm going to get started with my guest. And when I come after it, my grandfather told me a story. He fought in the Second World War. And in the Second World War, he fought under General George Patton. And he had to be taken off the front line several times where it got so cold it froze his feet off. And I said, how did you do it? He said, the love that I had for your grandmother and you, because one day I knew you'd be here, that was the fuel that created the warrior. It was the unconditional love and what I loved and I was after. And he said, that's what was the driving force with me to fight on so we wouldn't come under Nazism. And you know what? The love I had for Miss Lackey, the love I had for my 2 daughters, the love I have for this team and this company, every day we get up and we come after it. And we've been after going on for 19 consecutive years. Full-time is the only source of income that I had. It's all I need. You know why? Because I have a passion that is unparalleled to anything I've ever experienced in my life. My passion is to help other people and help you succeed in whatever dream that you have, whether it's physical or financial. And I know what I have works, because here's how you judge what really works. 1, you make up your mind you're going to never quit. You're not going to quit till you succeed. Number 2, you take a snapshot of your before and after. You take a snapshot of the before and after for the years in. And how I made a determination to leave corporate America with a big fine salary is I was after my freedom to have more time with my wife and my 2 little girls. As I've been a full-time daddy for all these years, I still got 2 daddy's girls. And I was able to grow up with my kids. But I was after those memories. Mark Pentecost put me in a position to win at this thing called life. And when he put me in a position to win at this thing called life financially, I didn't realize that this product line would be my saving grace. I've applied myself all these years by putting the right things in and taking the necessary steps to take care of me. I had to fall in love with me again. You know why? Because I had to get my physical well-being back so I would not become a liability. At that point in my life, you can ask Miss Lackey and this great team we have, I was a liability to everything that I touched, but I wanted to be an asset. And when I started putting the right things in, I started to take the necessary action to be an asset, but I become a warrior. And how did that? My driving force has been my love. When I look at you, this team right here, I look past you. You know why I look past you? I want to know if you've got children. Do you have a spouse? What is important to you? How can I help you win at this thing called life? And the first way we win is a physical product store. And I have a great guest here, Megan, if you unmute yourself. Megan is a little girl here in North Carolina. She's come in and she's had some major success with some product lines. And Megan, if you'll come on and just share your story the way you shared this afternoon, I'd love for you to tell these people exactly why you're so excited about It Works Globe.
Hey guys. Yeah, Rusty.
Megan, I think you're muted, sweetheart. Can you unmute yourself?
There we go.
There you go.
Sorry.
That's all right.
So yeah, Rusty, you know, whenever Mark Pentecost brought out the new product called Skinny Brew, he really did bring it to a whole nother level, because I remember drinking coffee out of a freaking sippy cup, and I know some things about coffee, and let me just tell you, Skinny Brew is freaking mind-blowing. So not only does it give you that caffeine boost that you need, the benefits that you get from it, the brain food, the neurotropics, the way that it helps my focus. I've always had a little trouble with concentration, and man, I tell you, I can now sit down and focus on what I need to do and get it done. Excuse me. And I almost feel like I get more energy from one packet of Skinny Brew than I did in 3 or 4 shots of espresso from working at the hospital, working 12-hour shifts. And it's not bitter. It's so smooth. I mean, who wouldn't want to get benefits from drinking coffee? Plus you lose weight. I'm down 34 pounds and I'm not stopping there. I'm going to keep going.
Absolutely. So let me ask you something. You're coming out, you're beginning to build a strong business. You got your social media going. You're sharing your passion and conviction. Where do you see this business going for you?
Ooh, big. I'm going to keep going until I can. Just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going. I have always been one of those people that I try to, look far into my future, and some things have stopped that, but I'm changing my ways, and I'm going to change that. And joining this family with It Works has been, out of doubt, the best decision I've ever made. And I'm going full on. Watch out, because Megan Salisbury's planting seeds.
Planting seeds. That's how you reap a great harvest. You know, we'll go after Megan, if you'll go ahead and mute yourself. Thank you for your testimony. I love to see the way her and her husband are growing, the excitement she's got back in her life, the physical success, the financial success is coming. I'm going to go to one more guest, Ronnie Evans. If you'll come on and share your story right quick. Ronnie and I have been buddies for about 12 years, and Ronnie come back in, we met a couple years ago. Ronnie, if you'll come on and share your story right quick, I sure would appreciate it.
Yeah, I hadn't saw Rusty in a while. Matter of fact, when I saw him, he was over 450 pounds. I actually walked right by and didn't even recognize him. He's like, "Man, are you stuck up?" I'm like, "I didn't know who you were, man." And so I asked the question, what everybody would do is, "What have you been doing?" You know, and he's like, "I've been drinking coffee." And I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "I need to start drinking coffee." And he said, "Yeah." He said, "I said, but I don't like coffee. I don't like hot drinks." He said, "Well, you can drink it cold." And that was the joke. And then he asked me if I wanted to try it. I said, "Nah." I said, "Well, I'll think about it." That's what I normally do. And so I remember right when we finished our little get-together, he asked me again. He said, "So you go try this stuff?" Now, he knew that I've kept my high school figure. I was almost 400 pounds myself, so it was pretty obviously. But he looked at me and he said, so he goes, "You want to try the coffee?" And I said, "Well, I'll think about it." And he goes, "Well, I'll tell you what, when you're ready to be an asset to your family, not a liability, you call me." That's the last he said. I thought about that. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll think about that." So the next day, I'm riding down the road. We owned a tea company, so I'm delivering tea down to Wilmington. Came back, coming home late at night. I listened to the radio, and I heard a pastor on the radio. I don't know what he was talking about. All I know is I heard him say he never saw a dead man cash a check. And for some reason, that hit me so hard, I pulled off the road. I called my wife. I said, "Hey, there's going to be some changes." And she's like, "You are coming home in my car, right?" And I said, "Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, everything's cool, but and I'm going to call Rusty, and I'm going to go get some coffee." She's like, "You don't drink coffee?" I said, "No, but I'm starting tomorrow drinking coffee." So I called him, went up there, met with him, got the coffee. On the way home, I told my wife, I said, "Okay, I got the coffee. I said, this coffee is exciting, gives you energy, curbs your appetite and all that stuff, targets your belly fat, and just helps you without. She said, whoa, stop. What did you just say? And I said, well, it gives you energy. She said, not that. And I said, curbs your appetite? She said, no. I said, targets your belly fat? She said, yeah. If it does that, I'm taking it first because the last child we had came with luggage and left it with me. And she goes, so I'm going to try it first. I said, all right, that's fine. So she did it first. So this is all her fault. She did it, and for 6 days she tried the coffee. And this was the keto coffee. And in 6 days she lost 6 pounds, and it was all in her stomach. And she looked at me. She goes, I don't care what you do. Don't let me run out of this coffee. And so that's pretty much it. So our first time, our year, we lost, I ended up losing about 55 pounds. My wife lost, she's over 20-something pounds. I tell people it was almost like a country song, because what Rusty didn't know, he asked me about making a little bit of money. And I said, yeah, I can make it. He said, would you like to make a couple $100 a month? I said, man, that would be great. At that time, $200 would have been fine. I mean, I was doing Uber. I was driving Uber, Lyft, driving Miss Daisy. Anything that I could make $1 at, I was doing, just trying to make ends meet. Well, he didn't know the month before we met, we got a letter in the mail for foreclosure. And our house was going to be taken away. We were 5 months behind on it. At that time, everything we owed, we were 2 to 3 months behind. So we were like behind. So we started doing the business within a year's time, making a little bit of money, $500, $600, $1,000 here and there. We ended up basically start paying things off. And so I tell people the first year with It Works, we were so excited because it is literally like listening to a country song backwards. We got our house back, we got our life back, we got our wife back, we got our health, we got our car. Everything that we were doing without, we finally started buying it back. So now in January of this year, we did something we have never done. We actually made 2 house payments back to back at the same time. And so that's why I say just a little bit here, putting a little bit here, a little bit there, it really changes everything. But I'm excited about the health and everything as well.
Well, Ronnie, you begin to you're getting your figure back. He's actually coming up, Tina. He's working out with us now over at My Health Club. He drives an hour and 15 minutes one way to come over here to work out with us. And I'm not saying that to brag, because we come after it, and because it's about us. It's not about a show for what we can physically do. But Ronnie's, Tina, he's structured for diamond. He's just a couple sneezes away, and he walks right into it. And he sneezes 2 more times, he goes straight to double. And so he's just excited. He's working hard. He's sharing his passion, his convictions. And I'm just more excited. And, God knew 12 years ago when I met Ronnie the first time that there's going to be such a time as this. So I got one more story here. Do we have Deborah Dameron on with us? Johnny Rock, Deborah Dameron. She's got a great story about another product that I'm passionate about. Well, evidently they're having trouble. Oh, wait a minute. Is that who we got here?
I know she's trying.
Okay, we'll catch her on Tuesday nights. We're going to do 2 of these a week, every Tuesday night and every Thursday night. And I'll get her again next week, and I'll get that time cleared up. All right, Tina Hatcliff has been with us over a decade, and they become something just like brothers and sisters, her and Bubba Hatcliff. We've had a chance to go out and get in the trenches and build this business and build it big. I'm talking about, it's hard work. If you're going to make a 5-figure, 6-figure, or 7-figure income, you have to go after it, and you have to be that leader, and you don't make excuses. Now, this is what I can say to the testament of Tina Hatcliff. I've actually never seen her down in all the years we've been doing this together. We've been business partners. I've never seen nothing more than a smile and creating solutions for problems. For every time she had a problem, she brought 3 solutions with her when she sat on the advisory council with us and went out in the fields. We've traveled all over the world together, and we've enjoyed this thing called life. There's not a better thing on earth. And see, I would have never met none of you guys if I not got into this business. If I'd have never said yes to Mark all those years ago when wasn't nothing really happening, I would have never met the best friends I've acquired in life. And you're more than friends. You're just like family. And guys, I unconditionally love you to death. But Tina's got a story that's unparalleled to most stories in direct sales today. She come in and she went to work. So Tina, I want you to come in and share this opportunity, how simple it is and how we make this thing happen, how we've done it all these years. Go ahead, Tina.
Oh my goodness, Rusty. I just love hearing Megan and Ronnie's story. That is why we do what we do, is we get to touch people's lives in some way. And, you know, I was in the same situation house-wise. We were making our payments, but I was borrowing from the credit card every month to make our payment whenever I found this business. I just got invited to try a product, just like Megan was talking about the coffee. Just try it, just try it. And when I tried it and saw that I really could see results with something so quickly, I actually got excited and just wanted to do more of the product. I really didn't see the business side. That kind of came later on that night. My husband was like, "You've lost your mind. You need to go back and go back to work." Backing it up just a little bit, I had been in corporate America and had worked really since I was 12 years old. And having a child, I came home. We were going to cut corners, and so I could be a stay-at-home mom. And it was working there for a while, but you know, so many people don't have a plan B. They don't have a backup, and we didn't have one. We didn't think we needed one, and we found out later we did. And what he was bringing home quit paying the bills, and luckily we had a credit card and we were borrowing against it to make our house payment. And this business walked into my life. I wasn't expecting it. I literally just went to have some fun with my friends. You know, sometimes we get the opportunity to hang out and share all of this in person, and that was a night for me. And the lady who actually introduced me to this is on here, Mel. Mel, Rusty, you both have just been such mentors and people for me to follow. And all of you out here listening right now, I don't care if you're new or if we just invited you on and wanted you to hear it. The cool thing of something like this is you are not alone. You have so many people there to help you, to coach you, to mentor you, lead you. I mean, look at these testimonies you just heard. That is what I got to do coming in this. I got my own testimony first night trying one product, and it is our crazy wrap that we still have. And all that I did was went out and started sharing it. Now, my husband didn't think this would work. So one good thing about him not thinking it would work and was on the negative side of this, it gave me more of an energy to say, let me show you that it will. And I think all of you, you need a commitment in life. You need to say, I can, I will not stop till I try. Because so many people hear that negative over here, and before you know it, they quit and they're done because that negative voice. So I think the biggest thing that I did was speak against the negative voice and say, let me show you what I can do. And I showed my own self that things happened that I didn't even expect to happen. And before you knew it, we were no longer paying credit card to pay our house payment. We would make it taking the income that I was making to make the house payment. And it allowed me then to see that there was even more than that. You know, guys, doors are opening for you when you're trying to go towards them. And mine just started opening really big. And not only did we continue to pay that house payment, we paid that house off early. And it was nothing more than the excitement of Megan and Ronnie telling their story. We went out and we shared something that we knew worked for us. And we're still to this day, still sharing it, Rusty. Still.
You know, Tina, that's all we've done for us going on to 19 years full time. And I've lived an unparalleled lifestyle, but I'm not the only one. We have a multitude of people that's done it. And you just got to make up your mind to make a commitment. And here's how we do it. It's a very simplistic system that we have. And if you can count to 3 and read at a 3rd grade level, you can be successful with me. And you know what? And another thing, I have not had a medication in going on 15 years after being so sick. If we don't make it, I don't take it. That's my motto. And you know why? I'm very healthy on the inside. I'm not saying I can't get sick, but I work hard not to every day in a preventative mode. Now, Tina, we have a simplistic system and we're almost done, guys. I want you, nobody explains it better than Tina Hatcliff. So Tina, come on, let's tell these people how to get started. And tonight we're going to offer you something that is going to go away in the next 24, 36, 30 hours. but you got a special tonight that you can get in a lot cheaper than she and I did. Own your own drop ship business. Tina, share exactly how we make this thing work. All we've done is we do what she says, and we complete it and repeat it. And that's worked for us for all these years.
It starts with number one, you saying, yes, I want to try something. It's not going to change anything that you're already doing. You can just add it to your life, put a few hours in, follow these amazing coaches that's on here. And tonight, now I'm going to tell you first, when I started this opportunity, it was like $299. And right now it's $99. But as Rusty said, there's a special going on right now, y'all. It is half price. So $49 allowed you to just jump on in, start your own business. It is your own business. If you want it to go big, treat it as a business. If you just want to play with it a little bit, do it as a hobby. Then the first thing you do when you're going to get immediate, your package now is digital. And so everything is there. The day you say yes, if it's tonight and you say, yes, I'm ready to do this, I've got $49 because this isn't going to last, y'all. This is today and tomorrow. Then you're going to have a little digital kit where you can start selling what Megan was talking about, this skinny brew. And you can start getting your money back immediately by selling those little sample packages that the company is going to mail out for you. Now, we don't do anything alone. And I love to say that starting this business was like the best loaded vehicle I'd ever gotten, because you know that vehicle took me a lot of places. But you ain't going nowhere till you get your wheels on your car and you start rolling. So you need to start with getting some loyal customers. And what those are people who want to try your product at your cost. The best price that we offer, they get all kinds of great promotions, and they start out just doing it 90 days, getting a 90-day story. But after that 90 days, then we start giving them all kinds of amazing perks and discounts. And really, it takes 3 months, that I believe, for me, to see your life start changing, see yourself get that energy that Megan and Ronnie was talking about and feeling better. So go get not just 4, because most of you can have a car that's got 4 wheels on it, but get you 2. You need 2 backups. You got to have 2 backups. So go get 6 customers to start trying your products. You will immediately get a $150 shopping spree. You can get anything you want. I highly recommend that you start buying products that you want to try, or products even you want to sell. And then you're going to go out and you're going to introduce this business to 3 people. And these 3 people that you're going to introduce your business to, if you talk to them tonight after you get off this, or you talk to them tomorrow, they can do the exact same thing. They can jump on board with you for $49. But along the way, as you get these 3, it is going to start opening all these doors, all the way to all the promotions like Rusty was just talking about. Ronnie is about ready to sneeze and hit this diamond. And y'all, we love to say when you hit a rank of diamond, you start printing your own money. But you know, the good thing about this, Rusty, with getting those 6 customers and those 3 distributors, what do you do next? It's really the same thing. We do that every single month. It's just a power of duplication. In the beginning, it's going to unlock a lot of bonuses for you and get you start getting money immediately. And then right now, too, if you sneeze like Ronnie and hit that diamond, there's also a $15,000 bonus attached to that if you do that in 3 calendar months of coming in. How crazy is that? And that's as simple as it is. And Rusty, I even, grab my chart. This is what we call steps to success. Everything I just said is right here and will be in your hands within 2 minutes of the time you sign up. That's how quick you can have that in your hands and follow right along.
Well, you know what, Tina, it's just that most people make things really hard. And I found that here's one thing that excited me. I was with my financial planners. We actually, every Saturday morning, we get up and run together very early. And what we did the first month, almost 19 years ago, we have never missed a check, and it's always grown. It's created this monster residual income that we get to enjoy through a pandemic or through whatever it is that you're going through. And the biggest thing is you start to pay yourself out of debt. To acquiring wealth, you acquire the wealth in your health to start with, and then you start working on your dreams. There's absolutely not one dream, Tina, that you cannot go out and accomplish with this particular business. How did we know? Well, she's been with us a decade. Mel's been with us 16 years. I've been here going on 19 years. The before and afters are in. The financial before and afters, the physical before and after, those snapshots of our life is in. And we're more excited today than we've ever been about going to the next level. But we can't go to the next level if we don't take you with us. That is the one thing. It really, you've heard it. I've heard it said, if the dream works, you have to have the team to make the dream work. That's exactly right. See, one is just too small of a number to go by yourself. You can't do it. So Tina, what was something that you would tell them right now to get them off the quit? You've studied long and you've studied wrong your whole life. You're never going to change until you make a change, make up your mind to be the change. What would you tell these people right at $49? This is like the biggest sale I've ever seen, to go out and to make that small investment, to go out and acquire anything that you want to acquire with it. If you're willing to go out and you work your ass off, it'll take you anywhere you want to go. Do you agree, Tina? What would you tell these people sitting on the fence?
Totally, I would agree, Rusty. And the biggest one, I guess, that even got me, that I want everybody to stop and think of really quickly, you all either have kids or grandkids. Most all of you are connected to some children in your life in some way. And what if that extra couple $100 a month could give them more, could change their life? And not only do that, but teach them that they could go out and do something to change their own life. Your kids, your family, they watch every move you make, and you are the example for them. And just know, when you take a chance on something for your own self to do something more for your family and your kids, when they grow up, they're going to look back and remember that, and they're going to do what you did. So sometimes we want to think only of us. Look around, go to bed tonight and walk around your house and know what a couple $100 could do for you and your family. Some of you, just extra food on the table. Don't say no to your family. You can do this. Most everybody you see on that picture right there, we didn't think we could. Honestly, this was not my calling. I never in my whole life dreamed I'd be sitting here talking to you about it. So take a chance on it, y'all. It is risk-free. If you don't believe that, call one of us and we'll explain all that too. But I want to see my friends, my family, and you having just a little bit more. And that little bit more turns into a little bit more. And then 10 years from now, when your kids are looking back to what you did, you were going to be the legend for them.
Well, and that legends will become legendary. And I like to close a lot of things with things that happened in my life. So here's where I was in life, Tina, and then we're done, and I'll send the recording out. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of getting up every day to go somewhere you don't want to go, to do something you want to do for somebody you want to do it for, and because you're underpaid, you're underappreciated, and your family sacrifices because you're not there, that's where I was. You got to make up your mind this very moment to walk in and make up your mind. I'm going to be the difference. I'm going to make the change. I'm going to see the change. I'm going to be the difference. Because going after your freedom is the most noble thing you'll ever do. And why am I talking about freedom? Because that's exactly what I did almost 19 years ago. I drew the line in the sand. I planted the flag. And I said, this is it. I've had enough. If I'm smart enough to show up for somebody, if I'm smart enough to fight through a pandemic, if I'm smart enough to be gone 3 weeks a week for a month for a corporation, and they're taking me away from what's most precious to me is my family, I'm going to go take a chance on me. And when I took a chance on me, it paid off. And when it paid off, it's paid off big. You know why? Because I got every memory of taking my kids to school, my wife and I picking them up. We've been a full-time family for going on 19 years. Because one thing that my grandfather taught me, he said, when you love something so much that you want to put it all on the line, love will be the fuel that will create and take you and turn you into a warrior. You'll stop making excuses for why you can't do it. You're going to find reasons why you can, and you'll get up and you're not going to wait on the fight to come to you. You're going to step up and take the fight to it. Just kind of like Mark told us a few weeks ago. Yeah, we're in a pandemic. We don't know we've been in a pandemic because of why? We didn't sit like everybody else and wait on this thing to get. No, we took the fight to it. You know why? Because we're warriors. We're the team you want to be with. This is the team that you want to fight with. You know why? Because we're not only fighting for us, we're fighting for your family as well. That's how we all stay successful. That's how we keep this thing going for all these years. Guys, I love you tonight. I appreciate the guests for the stories tonight. Tina, I love you and I appreciate you coming on and sharing this with people. Look, get back with the person who got you on this. And look, don't wait around. You've waited your whole life, and there ain't nothing going to change unless you make up your mind to be the change so you can see the change. Guys, good night. Have a great evening. And until Thursday night about the same time, y'all go make this thing count. Let's close this month out stronger than you ever have in your entire life. Become that general, become that warrior. Take the fight to this thing called life because you deserve it. Your family deserve it, especially those children. They deserve it as well. Good night, everyone.